Hi, I'm Kayla, and I'm going to be starting my mini-series about living life haunted and all the paranormal experiences that come with that. So if you're interested, keep watching and give me a follow. So the first thing I want to discuss is I'm not here to convince you that it's real or to prove that it's real. I just want to get my story across because so many people have wondered what it's like living haunted. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm sure there's going to be a lot. I'll be posting pictures, video clips from the paranormal investigators that were given to me from the investigation, so feel free to message me about anything. So I guess this is my introduction. My name is Kayla, and I live in a small town named Sissonville in West Virginia. And there's not really a lot that goes on here until all this blew out. So I guess I'm going to start with where I first lived, and that was in my childhood home, and a lot of things went down before I was even born. Both of my parents were heavily involved into the occult. And when I say that, I mean, Ouija boards and going to cemeteries and, seances, all of that stuff, which obviously opened up some doors that weren't properly closed. And because of that, I grew up heavily involved as well. I remember going to seances and, running around cemeteries and doing spooky little stuff with my friends, and I really didn't think there was any harm in it. So I'm going to start with the first story that I don't necessarily remember because I was too little, but a story that's told throughout my family and just creepy stuff. So it started at my first childhood home. And what happened was I was laying in bed with my mom and dad when I was a baby, and while everybody was sleeping, the baby bottle that was placed on my carpet floor exploded, where glass went everywhere. So my dad walked around asking everybody, would the gases from the formula build up and cause the baby bottle to explode? And everybody told him it's possible maybe, but it was still odd. And then there was also this figure that would take these long drawn out wedding march steps towards my mom and my dad. And it resembled like your stereotypical Grim Reaper. There was always these stories of these entities in the home doing all of these creepy, spooky things that made me really uncomfortable and scared to leave my bedroom at night, even just to go to the bathroom. So I had a few imaginary friends who would have guessed that came out of this, and one of them was Edward, and he was this little boy that would hide behind corners of the house and jump out at me to scare me. And then, of course, there was Spungy. Now, Spungy, I actually remember what he looked like, and he would fly the opposite way above my ceiling fan. Spungy was always really friendly, but he had a mean look on his face. And I never felt threatened by him, but things would always come up missing in the house, and my family would joke around and say, oh, Spungy moved it. So one day, my family sat me down and asked me what Spungy looked like. And when I described him, my family was shook. Spungy had orange hair, and he would carry his arm like this. And the reason it scared my family so much is because my grandfather would dye his hair orange, and he broke his arm when he was a child. And because he broke it when he was a child, he never had it set. So this really got it in my parents' head, like, oh, Spungy's not imaginary. So my Aunt Lisa really wanted to put this to the test, and she had him on some old video. So she put in the video and didn't say a word to me. And as soon as he came onto the screen, I said, that's Spungy. So to put in your stereotypical, I see dead people, it really shocked everybody that Spungy was still in the home because he did die there, but nobody else had seen him. So there was just a lot of things going on in the house that are at times a little bit difficult to remember because it was a long time ago. I haven't lived there since I was 8 years old. So I hope the family who lives there now is okay.